How are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks. How's things?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I think we're all still buzzing after the FA Cup win on Monday. Obviously got Ipswich coming up in the next round. Are you looking forward to that one?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely going to be an exciting one. You know, we've shown the season that we can compete with anyone, and hopefully we'll give them a right run in.
Yeah, definitely. And we've got Swindon coming up tomorrow as well. Another big game to look forward to. Going to be probably a capacity crowd as well here at the Cherry Record Stadium.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, the crowd. You know, they've been driving us from day dot this season, and that's most of the reason why we're doing very well. And I think if we can keep up the good form at home, I think that's what 5 wins on the spin at Plough Lane. So that's exciting, and I just hope we can keep up that good form and give them a right one.
Let's hope so. So you might recognise this clip here. I didn't just bring you to the stadium just to talk about tomorrow's game. You actually hit 100 senior appearances. That's your spell at Eastbourne and obviously with us. First of all, we're just going to take a look at a little clip here of you playing in the academy. Just talk us through this. Who's this against?
Yeah, so this is against Cambridge. You know, one of the many sort of academy games that we, you know, did well in, and yeah, I think it was probably, you know, up there with one of my best moments so far at Wimbledon.
Fantastic. And what was the academy like? You joined at the age of 10, I believe, 10, 11?
10, 11, yeah.
Yeah. So how was that? How did you come to join the academy in the first place?
Yeah, so believe it or not, this is kind of a strange story. So initially, Els, who was here sort of last season, Elliot Bolton, so his dad and himself are obviously heavily associated with Wimbledon.
Yeah.
They obviously, you know, at school we needed, you know, someone to teach us properly, and so Neil, sort of Elliot's dad, he managed to bring one of the coaches, who was training us for a little bit. He said, "You seem decent, come down, give it a little go," and then 11 years later, here we are.
Yeah. I always wonder, like when you're younger and you're playing football at school, do you kind of know that you're a little bit better than the people you're playing with?
I mean, to be honest, no. I mean, look, you just play, you have fun, don't you? Sort of when you're young, you're just there for a laugh, really. You're just there to play with your mates. And you know, thankfully, I must have had a sort of a very good training session.
Yeah. Who was like your first coach? Was it Robbo first? Or?
Yeah, so obviously Robbo was head of the academy back then. Obviously we had the likes of Rob Tuvey, Tom Hounsell, who's now working at the PFA, who's funnily enough got in contact with me about my uni course.
Oh, fantastic.
So yeah, no, it's nice because they were really the coaches that sort of drove me to be where I am now.
Yeah, brilliant. And then this brings us on nicely to the next picture here. This is your first team debut at Oxford United. Do you remember how you felt when you got told that you were in the squad?
Yeah, I mean, look, it was partly sort of disbelief. Most of me was just enthusiastic and excited to get going, really, show the fans, show everyone what I was really about. And yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we got quite the result we wanted that game, but no, it's definitely a day to remember for sure.
Yeah, and obviously Robbo was in charge then at first team level. Was his coaching style still the same from what it was at the academy? Were there still, I suppose you kind of had an advantage because you knew what he expected from you?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, Robbo was, you know, massive in all of our sort of academy players' development. He sort of really led us, guided us, and kind of said to us, look, play your football, you're going to get the opportunity, and when you do, take it.
And what was Eastbourne like?
Yeah, I mean, look, it was sort of similar to Wimbledon in the sense that it was a very family club, a club that, you know, believed in you if you did well and if, you know, you really sort of applied what they wanted. The coaching staff, Danny Bloor and Ben Austin, were obviously a massive part in trusting me, sort of making sure that I could, you know, suit the level, and they're the ones that sort of, you know, gave me the platform to show what I'm about.
Yeah, I remember PK told me a story about when he was on loan at Tonbridge. He remembers one of his first games getting an elbow and having to have a stitch. Was there a moment in a non-league game where you felt this is proper men's football? This is
I mean, look,
realising the level. Yeah,
100%. Some of the players you come up against are giants. You know, they've been there, done that.
Yeah.
Sort of, you take your first touch, it's a bit heavy, you get flattened.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly the same sort of at Wimbledon, but back then I wasn't really prepared for it.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, here we are. The harsh reality, you know, you're going to get bumps and bruises.
Yeah, so probably the best introduction you could have for playing in League Two, I suppose.
Yeah, 100%. No, especially the physicality is something that I definitely sort of saw a big step up in, even from Eastbourne to Wimbledon, but you know, it's all learning opportunities.
This is a goal that you're very, very familiar with. Just talk us through this. Did you anticipate that Knightsey was going to put in that good a cross?
I mean, look, I know Knightsey's got quality, but you know he's never really in those positions to cross it. But no, obviously that being my professional debut, I was obviously sort of a mixture of nerves and mostly confidence, and I sort of used the confidence side to, you know, give me the platform to go forward, so like sort of just play how I would if there was no pressure, and just have fun. And that's what Terry and the gaffer obviously said to me, was just look, go out, enjoy yourself, you're here for a reason, just keep the shirt. And you know, getting that goal was sort of the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I've actually seen this picture from a different angle, and you're actually at Che Alexander's shoulder height. Your feet are at his shoulder height. I don't think I've ever seen you jump as high. Did you sort of surprise yourself? Did you expect to meet the cross really, or was it just that you should go for it as best you can?
I mean, in pre-season, obviously the gaffer said to me, he was like, look, get in the box, you know, you'll get your opportunity, and if you do, sort of, you know, win the ball. And that's what I did. I just thought, you know what, it's there for the taking. Why not? Jumped up, headed it in. Couldn't believe it, to be honest, and I still can't really to this day.
And pre-season, that season must have been massive for you, because that's what got you, you know, under the spotlight of Terry and the gaffer. When did he come to you and say that you're going to be starting the first league game?
Yeah, so obviously on the Friday is when I initially sort of found out that I was starting. I knew I'd sort of done the right things in pre-season. You know, I was staying on the pitch, I was playing well, I was, you know, excited to play in front of, you know, massive crowds. That sort of all of the things lined up perfectly. And they were like, JC, you're starting. And then from then on, I was just kind of, I was just a mixture of disbelief and excitement. Yeah.
You can never really plan for these moments, but did you have any thoughts of how you celebrate your first senior goal? It's going to come up in just a second. The raw passion.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, look, it's a club I've been at for 11 years. You know, I've got a very deep connection with Wimbledon. And you know, this was kind of, you know, everything I could ever dream of, really. I mean, the night before the game, you can hardly sleep. But no, I was fully confident in myself, and I knew sort of if the opportunity came, I'd go and take it, which is thankfully what I did, and to get a goal as well. You know, unbelievable feeling in front of a packed out Plough Lane.
What I find, and what I'm sure Wimbledon fans find, is you're a fullback who likes to get on the ball and likes to attack. Did you play in any other positions when you were younger that perhaps helped you develop your dribbling skills, that kind of thing? Or?
Yeah, no, I mean, believe it or not, sort of, I've always kind of been a left back. Yeah, look, you get opportunities on the wing, but for me, I like tackling people, you know, hitting hard, you know what I mean? So no, that was kind of where I originally sort of started playing as left back, but you know, given the opportunity to play wing back sort of for most of last season, it was also a brilliant landing opportunity, and one that I fully loved, getting forward, defending, sort of a mixture of everything.
So, you got on the score sheet this season as well. Bit of a different goal here. Just talk us through this one again, I suppose, getting into the box, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, look, they were, down to 10 men. It was my second game back in, so I knew sort of I had to do something to kind of impress and stay in. And look, I mean, it's the passion sort of stayed with me throughout the years, which is nice. But no, I mean, look, if I can get on the score sheet, if I can contribute to goals, that's exactly what I'm here to do. I mean, primarily I'm here to keep clean sheets and, you know, defend well, but, you know, getting the odd goal and that every now and then is always nice.
And tell me about this guy here. Obviously, I know you've been playing with Josh Neufeld a lot this season, but Connor's recently come into the fold. What's he like to play with?
Yeah, I mean, he's fantastic. I mean, you can see the quality, you know, throughout 90 minutes with him. You know, if the ball's going long, he's going to win his header because he's amazing in the air, and then he gives me the license to get forward, really, just knowing that he's going to secure it, knowing that he's dynamic, he can get forward, and it's something that sort of as a fullback you love, you know, your winger to be confident and pass you the ball sometimes, and if not, he's scoring bangers as well. So no, it's a nice little balance for sure. And
he's used to scoring the goals, obviously, Ali, but he set you up for this one.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't just score them, he assists them, which just is all credit to him. He, you know, he's one of the hardest workers I've ever met in football, and he fully deserves whatever, you know, he's getting at the moment, which is success. He's getting his goals, and I mean, it'd be nice if I could help him with a few more to sort of say thank you.
Yeah.
But no, the main thing is he's really helping us as a team, and if we can keep the door shut at the back, he can score them going forward, so you just know that's going to happen.
That's it, yeah, that's something I haven't even mentioned. I've been focusing on your goals, but of course you're a defender primarily. How pleasing has it been with the amount of clean sheets you kept, and also what's that relationship like with, especially the two guys in the centre, Joe Lewis and Ryan Johnson?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously coming into a new year, you never really know what you're going to get in terms of personnel. But I know with those two at the back, Jono and Joe Lewis, you're going to have stability. You're going to have someone that's going to be there for you. And to be fair, before every game, me and John are always like, come on then, let's have some fun. We're always smiling, we're always enjoying ourselves, and we love keeping clean sheets.
And Piercy, of course, comes in there, and also Ethan Sutcliffe, a player who's now in the situation that you were, like 12 or so months ago.
No, for sure. I mean, look, you've got Piercy, all the experience in the world, and he's still got his quality, he's still winning sort of everything in the air, and that's really sort of amazing to have behind me. But the likes of Ethan as well, a very dynamic sort of centre back, who's obviously out on loan at the moment, getting experience, and that's all that can put you in a good position really, as long as he comes back sort of next year with the same mentality, he'll definitely get far.
And just lastly, I just want to ask you about your relationship with the Wimbledon fans. They gave you a song, it's still lasting to this day. How much do you love playing for them, and how much does it mean to you to hear your name being sung? I'm sure you don't always hear it during the match, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, look, we want to make this place a fortress, and the fans are at the front of that. They've always been nothing but supportive with me, even from the academy days. They were like, be aware of this kid, like he might be half decent, and they've sort of given me the platform. They've trusted in me as much as the staff or anyone, and you can only hear on a Saturday their noise, which is something that's really sort of inspiring. And they're who we play for. We want to impress them, we want them to keep them happy, and that they'll reciprocate the same back, because it's a family club, and no, it's definitely something you play for, and you can embrace it.
Once again, congratulations on the 100 senior appearances.
Thank you very much.
One last question, do you have a favourite game?
I'd say there are two that sort of stand out in my mind. Obviously Gillingham, first game of the season, 2-0 win, first goal for the club, and probably Leighton Orient at home last year as well. That was one that was staying in my mind for the stakes as well. It was one that we really deserved, and definitely a memorable couple for me.
Brilliant, Jack, thanks very much for your time. It's always a pleasure.
Nice one.
All the best tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.